Hey, it's Rob, and welcome to Axel's Garage. We are finally back out here, wrenching on the K5. Not some of the stuff we wanted to do, some of the stuff we needed to do because it's getting cold. And we've had a couple of early mornings and a couple of nights where it was in the 40s and he wanted some heat, but we got some difficulties with the heat because, you know, on the blower motor, they got that thing called a squirrel cage, which is a cage that goes around the blower motor that actually blows the air. Well, we must have a squirrel stuck in our squirrel cage, and I'll bring the camera in and you can take a listen. Alright, so as you heard, blower motor has seen better days. For all we know, it could be the original one in here. So not only is it making noise, but the airflow stinks. Probably because the squirrel cage is in pieces, not pushing good air. But we are going to pull this blower motor out, and we're going to replace with one that supposedly is a direct bolt-in, and it'll give a little bit more airflow through these old vents, which weren't, you know, great when these were new. I had one of these brand new, and it blew air, but it didn't blow air as good as a modern car today does. So we're going to see if we can get him a little bit better airflow to go along with this blower motor swap. Let me get the parts, let me get some tools, and we'll be right back with you. So not 100% sure on whether they're metric or not, but a 9/32 fits the bill. And we're going to pop a couple of them out. One of them has a ground strap on it, so we're going to take that one off first so we can flop the ground strap out of the way. I'm going to be smart and get a magnetic tray for all these little guys that go around the perimeter. They're this big, like this, and we'll and we're going to drop one. Yeah, that'll wind up in somebody's tire, I'm sure. But a little 1/4-inch swivel would have worked great. But getting down into the last one, should have done the last one first. Tight squeeze without some kind of swivel. So let's see if we can go with a 3/8 swivel on there like that. Maybe that'll get me there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. I'm going to put one back on the top just to hold this. Alright, so I dropped 2 of them, which I knew there was no way I was going to be able to hold on to those. Okay. But the blower motor itself is out, and I can't get it out because the handle for the jack is actually here. It's bolted to the inner fender, so I need to move the jack handle up and out of the way. So I just loosened it up a little bit, and we can pull this thing out. All right, here it comes. On the back side, it's got a wire, which is just a spade terminal, and here it is. I expected this squirrel cage to be really blown apart. I guess it's just the motor that's bad, not the squirrel cage. Doesn't look like there's anything in here. No residue of anything, no leaves. Remember, we did clean that out about a year or two ago when we did the heater core. So that whole cavity is clean. This is a vent that just goes right back around. It's to keep the motor itself cool. And let me go grab another light and the new one, and we can try to stab this back in. I'm also going to need a magnet tool to get the 2 screws that I dropped, and I don't think they hit the ground, so they're stuck on the inner fender a little bit. Well, it's probably been close to a year. Oh, by the way, I found one of the 2 screws. So we'll find a screw and make it work. But I think it's been close to a year that we've been talking about putting this in. I think it was last winter that, pretty sure it was last winter, that his blow motor started to make a crazy noise where he really didn't want to use it. Well, towards the end of the winter, so we were able to get through the winter. All right. And what we did was, this is a Continental blow motor. The part number is PM129. I'll link it in the description below. It is not for a 1989 Chevy full-size Blazer. This is for a like a 94 2500 series truck. So what I'm going to do is, supposedly it's got better airflow. It's got these little metal clips on it. You're not supposed to take them off. A lot of people think they come off. Those are actually balance clips. So I want to look and see how this one was mounted in. It was this way, like this. This one does not have a vent port on it. It does not look like, let's see if this vent comes out. All right, it's got these 2 side ports. Maybe once it's mounted in, I will be able to determine where which of the side ports I could use. You pop one of those out, I bet, and I could stick this in. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to hold on to my vent tube. We're going to see, I'm going to try to orient this based on how the other one was. The other one was in this way. Yep. Just like that. So that's this one, just like that, and yeah. That would put my vent tube right here, which is where it was. Now it's starting to come together and look normal. So let's get this vent tube shoved in the hole. Okay, right in the hole, turn it around, facing backwards like that, and the wire is going to go right below it. So now this, vent tube goes on there. Yeah, that's going to work. So I'm going to take one of these screws. So pretty much, because it's hard to see, you have, these are the mounting screws here, and they go around. These are the 2 that I dropped. Okay, and there's a locating tab here, and that's the ground screw there for a wire that comes down and grounds to that. I don't know if it has to do with a ground for this. I believe it does, though, because it looks like it's ground into the body. So it goes from the body of this to the body of the vehicle. There's a ground there, and you just put the screws in, plug your wire back in, and you're good to go. Now I got one way down at the bottom, which is one of the ones that I dropped. So what I'm gonna do is take the screw, I'm gonna put it in the socket. Oh, it's getting dark already. I forgot. Today is the first day of, I don't know whether it's daylight savings or what do you call it. It's turning the clocks back in the fall. So I expect it to have another hour of sunlight. I forgot. And as I was filming this, my wife said to me, "Don't forget, it's gonna get dark early." I'm like, shit. So, a little tape around the screw to hold it in place, and I'm going to try to get my hand down there. Once I figure out which hole it is, because it is getting dark, just like my wife said it would. I got it started, so now I should be able to now I'll go turn the blower motor on. Let's see what it sounds like. Well, it works. It's blowing air pretty good. Is it blowing more air? I don't know. Hard to say. But it is blowing air. It works. I'm happy. It's getting dark and we gotta clean up. I'll link everything we used in the description below. Whether or not you should go with this one over a stock one, they're the same price for the most part, within a couple bucks of each other. It's supposed to blow more air. The big dummy will have to tell us whether he feels that it's blowing more air. I guess it's subjective to how you feel it. Who knows? But at least he's got some heat as it's starting to get cold. That's it today from Axel's Garage. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.